back. It is Sunday evening, 7:22, working on some editing. Not the footage I wanted to work on, and that's kind of the moral of this story. So, I took out Mammoth today. I can't show you the LEDs and all that fun stuff right now because it's tough with only two hands and not any extra help. But, I'm itching my face, sorry. I got my see-through canopy, and I have a really kick-ass LED strip that's run all the way around this thing. Got a 600 milliwatt cyclone transmitter, CAT-X Ratel, Fox ear antenna on here, and I recorded. Oh, my daughter added some fun swag. She loved that word. So we went a little hamster crazy on here to involve her in our little project today to keep her busy and have some fun. And we got a couple hamsters around the house, in the house. So she contributed. This is my favorite one. The screaming hammy. Anyway, so we set everything up. We went to the field, and when we got ready to fly and we were trying to beat the weather, I wasn't getting any servo movement on this plane right here. And plane isn't the plane, the piece that moves. Had issues, realized after some testing that the servo was dead. Chet had one, we swapped it out, we went back to the field, set it up, tested it out, put the goggles on, got the feed. Chet wore the goggles for a minute or so as I flew it around to make sure that the feed was safe and that it wasn't going to fail at any time. And then he put the goggles on me while I was flying and he visually spotted for me. This was one of the most incredible analog FPV flights I have ever done for the amount of clarity. Didn't do a long antenna on this one. Typical channels I run, so nothing big. Nice calm day, but the feed was crystal clear. Tiny little bit of snow here and there. It was absolutely amazing. So he throws the goggles on, he spots, and I got to fly. I only did like 7 minutes. I haven't even checked the battery to see what the voltage is at. The weather sucked. It was super humid and hot. It was awesome. A blue heron had flown out over the field, and I happened to be tracking in that direction, and I got up next to it, close but safe, but close, and flew with it for a second and flew by and continued on. I did a little bit of altitude. You got to see the thunderstorms coming in. It was absolutely epic. We come rushing home, sit down at the laptop here, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. Can't wait. You take the SD card out of the goggles and throw it into here, and we pop up. And we've got 3 clips, and all 3 clips were when we thought we stopped recording. It was when we actually started. So I didn't get any footage of us flying. It's analog, and it might be kind of crappy for people to enjoy, and that wasn't the purpose of it. It was just to get it up there and show, because the prop is in view, and the frames per second versus the sun and all these other things, you got these cool wavy lines in it that weren't super distracting. I didn't have a problem flying it, but I don't think people would enjoy it. But I'm gonna go back out Tuesday, I think, and I'm going to fly my other plane, and we're going to fly this thing again to get some footage just to show you guys. Being that it wasn't windy, it was super smooth. I could pick my line kind of like a quad and just go with it, and it just stuck to it. I was doing some real low stuff on the ground, and with big long wings, you got to make sure you don't lean too far so it touches. And I was just cruising along, then go up. I did a backflip with it, FPV. It was stunning, amazing. Adrenaline was pumping, and I had a blast. So it's not even in shot. It was a great success. Completely awesome. And I had a lot of fun. Big help and thank you to Chet for donating a servo, for being the spotter, for driving us. It was just awesome. So stay tuned. There will be some awesome footage from that. I flew 2 analog packs with Sinister the other day. Yesterday, and I'm working on some footage for that. It's the first time I've sat down and edited in a while, close to a month. I've just been enjoying life, and when we get a chance to fly, I'm not editing anything. So that's where I'm at. So stay tuned. You're going to see a lot more of Mammoth, and if I can figure out a good way to put an HD camera on it where it's not going to be a pain in the ass, somewhere in the center, You might see the FPV stuff in front, I don't know, or backwards. I don't know. I'm going to come up with something. So stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys are having a great long holiday weekend. Peace.